Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Now, this past weekend, Shane Mosley Jr. did exactly what I said he would do. Get in the ring and get the victory over Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs has made good money. Hooked up with Eddie Hearn, went over there to the zone. When other fighters wouldn't do it, Eddie Hearn was giving out part of that $1 billion to fighters. And all those guys at PBC turned it down. Daniel Jacobs, off a leap of faith, he went over there and he got paid. Cha-cha-ching, Wu-Tang, Kareem. Cash has been ruling everything around that man since. As a result, silk pajamas is what my man's suffering from. He living a good life. So to see him come back after, all that time of being out the ring to try to get in there with a young, active Shane Mosley Jr., who's fresher because he hasn't had the wars as Jacobs has as far as professional fights. But Shane Mosley Jr. stays active with a lot of sparring against the elite. So I wasn't surprised that he got in there and put the bing-bings on Daniel Jacobs and got a unanimous decision. But now we're talking about what's next for Shane Mosley Jr. Well, when you just take a look at Shane Mosley Jr., right? This is Shane Mosley Jr. 22 wins, 12 KOs, a little bit above a 50% KO ratio. Has 4 losses, he's never been KO'd. 6'1", 77-inch reach. Let me tell you something, that's a problem for anybody. Tall with a long reach. So he's going to give anyone problems, especially if he can stay behind that jab. But when you look at Shane Mosley Jr., look at the people that he's fought, we got to be real. When you look at these names, outside of Daniel Jacobs and, Gabe Rosado, Quigley is an interesting name, but you really don't, he hasn't really fought anybody. But Daniel Jacobs is a good feather in his cap going forward, right? So I'm like, okay, who should he fight? What's the most interesting matchup for Shane Mosley Jr.? Because when you take a look at where he falls in line as far as the racking stack at 168, while I'm pulling this up, right? You got to think, after beating a guy like Daniel Jacobs, that puts him in position to possibly fight for a title. Oh, well, this is pulling up, it's dragging ass, but it's pulling up right. Here we go. But you got to think, it puts him in position to maybe fight for a title. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, some people are going to unsubscribe at what I'm about to tell you. But if I'm looking at, let me show you this right. If I'm looking at this racking stack right here at 168, right, super middleweight. Let me bring it over a little bit more for you. You got Canelo is the big dog. Everybody knows that. But I'm like, who are the champions he can fight? Damn, WBO, IBF, WBC, WBA. It's all Canelo. I'm like, why not put Shane Mosley Jr. in a fight with Canelo Alvarez? Now, he just beat Daniel Jacobs, so you got to think that Shane Mosley Jr. is going to only bubble up as far as where he's ranked in the sanctioning bodies. Now, currently, Shane Mosley Jr. is not ranked by the WBO. He is not ranked by the IBF. Where is he, man? His ass was on here. Okay, maybe I'm bugging. He was on here, man. Did they just update this? No. So what the hell's going on here? Let me see where they got him at. They may have him down here. Some may, right? What the hell happened to shit? Oh, okay. They had him down at 160. So he was down at 160 and he was ranked number 4 by the WBO. He was ranked number 6 by the IBF, number 5 by the WBC, and number 4 by the WBA. But the thing is now, he should get a shot at one of these champions. But it's like, why not have him bubble up and fight Canelo? He can easily bubble up to 168, but it looks like he may get a shot at one of these champions. Adam Canuli, he was already offered Adamus. Adamus' team turned down the fight. And then you got Erislandy Lara. If he chooses for some reason to not fight there, if some of these champions don't give him an opportunity, because I think with that win over Daniel Jacobs, he's going to bubble up in the ranking stack, especially when you talk about the damn WBC. They'll take a fighter ranked at number 30 and leapfrog him to number 1. But if not, I just think the fight to make is to take him, let him bubble on up here, and fight Canelo Alvarez. Now, for those of you who are saying, screw you, head champion, you don't know what you're talking about. Why would Canelo fight him? It's like comes down to money and the build-up. Because if you remember, Canelo put the bing bings on Shane Mosley Sr. Now, Shane Mosley Sr. was past his prime. He was past his prime. But Shane Mosley Sr. left De La Hoya and those guys so he could get the Canelo fight. Anyway, no, that's for the Pacquiao fight. But Shane ended up fighting Canelo, and he lost. And I just think with Shane Mosley Jr. against Canelo, that's a real good build-up, man. The son trying to avenge the father's loss. And I think that fight would sell. I really do. If you were going to try to make Canelo versus William Skull, I mean, Jesus Christ. You talk about, I'd rather you give me a bottle of rat poison and a tablespoon, and I just take that shit to the head. Because I don't want to see Canelo fight William Skull. I think William Skull, if he earned his right for a shot, treat him right. Give the man a shot. But at the same time, we're talking about a build-up. What are we going to talk about? William Skull left Cuba, went to Germany. What are we talking about here? But Shane Mosley Jr., now we're talking about something. It's one thing to have a fighter lose to somebody, then have their brother come and try to avenge, and you saw that with the Klitschko's, with Corey Sanders, Vladimir got the bing bings put on him. Vitaly, his big strong ass came in there and damn near killed Corey Sanders. So that's with brothers, but when it comes to a child, I'm trying to think, man, have we ever seen someone have a child turn pro and have the child come and get a victory over an opponent who beat their father? Yeah, I gotta research that. I can't recall off the top of my head. But how interesting it would be if Shane Mosley Jr. just happened to step up, get the Canelo fight right, and put the bing bings on him. But he's still working with De La Hoya, and Canelo, he don't seem like he wants shit to do with De La Hoya. So unfortunately, Shane Mosley Jr. may never get that opportunity. But anyway, Shane Mosley Jr. is off to something good. And I think that win over Daniel Jacobs is actually going to land him a big shot, a big fight. And I really think when you look at 160 pounds, I think he has a good chance against him. And Adamus would be interesting, man. Adamus, if Shane Mosley Jr. can get through them four or five rounds, he may be all right. Erislandy Lara, I don't know how much of a threat he is anymore with the fact that he don't really have his legs, but he still got that mega boom left hand. Alan Canuli is just a beast. It's just a beast. But Shane Mosley Jr. has a chin and he's a real fighter. But again, Adam Canuli's a beast. But either way it goes, Shane Mosley Jr. is in a great position for a great payday. And I hope he gets his next fight is for a title. I don't want to have them take him now and line him up against an unknown guy like Connor Cole. Hamza Shiraz is buzzing. He got a fight coming up. That could be an interesting fight. Chris Eubank Jr. sounds like he may be getting Canelo. I mean, you just don't know what direction things are going to go. Ammo Williams just lost. That may be, but Shane Mosley Jr. is ranked above those guys. He's looking for a title shot. But either way it goes, man, good luck to Shane Mosley Jr. But the build-up for him versus Canelo, I think that would be very interesting, and I think that would catch on, right? Keep cool, I'm in the Bruce.